What it do, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you guys a cooking video. I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my delicious stewed curry chicken wings. So if you want to see how we achieve this dish, just keep watching. Okay, first things first, that intro though. Got a new intro. Also, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, you girl. And without further ado, I'm gonna jump right on in. So these are all my ingredients that I'm using for my stewed curry chicken wings. Mine is kind of spicy a little bit, so if you want to, feel free to add in things, or you can feel free to take things away. And what is not pictured here is I added some ground ginger closer to the end, but I'll show you guys that. So I've got my carrots, I've got my potatoes, I've got a jalapeno here. I usually use a Scotch bonnet pepper for this recipe, but they didn't have any of those in the store, so I picked up what I saw. Just pick up a pepper with a little bit of spice and you'll be just fine. I've got my bell peppers and my onions. I'm going to be bringing you guys a video soon showing you guys how I prep those, and I just keep them in the freezer for different things. So now on to my seasonings. I've got my garlic powder. I've got my onion powder. I've got my crushed red pepper flakes, and this is just for a little bit more spice, so if you don't like that, you can just feel free to take that out. I've got some parsley, a little bit of thyme, of course, my salt and pepper. And you can't have a curry dish without curry powder, girl. So those are all the ingredients. I'm going to go on and cut up my carrots. We're going to chop the ends off of those. And then we are going to peel them. Okay, so I've peeled them. Now I'm going to be slicing them up. So just a rule of thumb, you don't want them to be too small because they will just disintegrate in your stew after a little while. So just don't make them too big and still don't make them too small. That's that. Now we're going to move on to the pepper. I'm just chopping my top off and chopping the end off, and then I'm going to slice that up. Also, you can take out the seeds, and that will make it a little bit less hot because the seeds are what carry the heat. So you can feel free to leave the seeds out or hollow it out before you start to cut it up. Okay, that's that. Now we're going to move on to the potatoes. We've rinsed and we've peeled them. Now we're going to go ahead and chop them up. I like mine fairly medium size because, like I said before, after a while when you cook them, they'll start to disintegrate. So just feel free to, play with it in what size that you like. But we're going to go ahead and finish chopping these up. Okay, we've chopped all that up. Now I'm going to move on to my chicken. I'm going to show you guys how I prep and clean them. So you're going to wash your sink out, put all the chicken in there, and run it under some cool water. Right here, I'm showing you that there's still pieces of feathers and hair on the chicken. So you do need to go ahead and remove those with a knife. So I'm showing you that there. And then there was another feather there. And I'm just showing y'all how I just removed that easily with my knife. So yeah, just inspect all your chicken. Make sure there's no hairs and feathers all over it, because girl, don't nobody want curry and feather stew. So I did all that. Now I'm going to put some water in a bowl with the chicken. I'm going to add some vinegar. And I'm going to add some lemon juice. And I'm going to just swish that around in the bowl for a little bit. And give it a rinse. And that's how I clean my chicken. Okay, now we're going straight on into the seasonings. I don't use exact measurements. I go by how I feel and then I taste it, and then I go from there what I feel is missing. So yeah, I'm just going to add all my seasonings in, and then we're going to massage that into the chicken, and then we're going to put it in the pan. And it should look like this. Now on a medium-high heat setting, and your pan should be hot, I'm going to add my olive oil, and I'm going to add my chicken in. You want to make sure that pan is hot when you put your chicken in, because we are going to be browning our chicken and cooking it up a little bit before we go ahead and add our liquids to make it a stew. So there are going to be some bits left in the bottom of your bowl. Make sure you keep those, because we're adding water and flour to the bowl to make a roux. And a roux is just going to give you that nice gravy consistency in your stew. So I'm going to stir that up to where there are no lumps, and we're going to set that aside. I'm just showing you how the chicken should look when it is starting to sear. You want to make sure you keep on flipping that chicken every 1 to 2 minutes. To make sure that it gets seared and brown on all sides. So after cooking for about 10-15 minutes, this is what you should have. They should be nice and golden brown. I'm going to go on ahead and add in my roux. And I'm going to add in all of my vegetables, my carrots, my jalapeños, the peppers, the onions. I forgot to show you guys me adding in the potatoes, but you're going to throw your potatoes on in there too. And you're going to stir that up, bring it to a boil, and cover it. And you want to make sure that your fluids thicken up a little bit. And I'm going to show you guys how the gravy is thickening on along. Make sure you just keep an eye on it. You want to stew it for about an hour, hour and a half, and your gravy will look like this. You don't want it runny, but you don't want it super, super thick. So cover that on up and cook it down. I tasted my gravy. You always want to make sure you taste what you're cooking, and I added more salt, and like I told you guys before, I added the ground ginger. So after we cooked it down for a while, this is what you should get. And that is the completed dish. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, you. And I'ma see ya when I see ya. Peace.